Happy Homebrew Wednesday, everyone. Drinking up on the Galaxy Smash. It's not doing too bad. Good aroma. I'm going to be honest with you. The aroma was probably 300 times better coming out of the primary before I racked it on top of 140 grams of Galaxy in the secondary. So I don't know if racking it on so many hops in the secondary sort of killed it. I know for the coconut IPA that was phenomenal. So I don't know, the aroma and the taste has actually decreased on the Galaxy Smash compared to when I smelled it and tasted it after primary going into secondary. So it's okay. It's a little bit bitter, but still very drinkable, very palatable. I'm enjoying it. It's got a nice white head on it. I have not used any gelatin on this, of course. You can see it's kind of cloudy. So I'm just sort of letting it condition in the keg. It's carved up, and I'll leave it there for a couple of weeks. See how it goes. I'll probably taste it, week to week and see how it evolves. But right now, it's just sort of okay. So that's where it's at. Complete honesty. That's how I roll. Cheers. Nice beer. It's good. So this week, I got some beer mail. I finally got the 13 beers for the UK Spring Smash Off. I just got those yesterday, actually. So let me go ahead and show you a picture of that. I'm going to let them set in the fridge for about a week. I'll check them Saturday, Sunday, see how they look. But I'm going to let them settle for a few days before I start tasting them and doing the reviews. All the other reviewers are doing a great job, and I'm really enjoying watching the videos, and it's just great. This week I was able to brew up another version of my coconut porter. The reason why I wanted to do a version 2, like so many others, was because the coconut actually has faded off. So tasting it now, the coconut is probably only 5% of what it was the 2 weeks after I took the coconut out. So I'm not very happy with that. With the coconut IPA, I mean, I had that thing in the keg. I did a 10-gallon batch, if you remember. I left it in the keg for it was probably 3 months. And all of the hops had died off, but the coconut was still there. And so I really want that for this coconut porter as well. The difference between the porter, the first version, and the coconut IPA was that I steeped 1 pound of coconut in the whirlpool at the end of the boil. I didn't do that with the coconut porter because it was a split batch. I did the breakfast porter and I also did the coconut porter. But I was only able to put the coconut into the beer in the keg at the end. So I didn't get the possibility to put the coconut in steeping in the whirlpool for 30 minutes at the end of the boil. So that's what I did this week. So I'm going to go ahead and show you some footage of that. But stick around, because I got some exciting news at the end of the video. Alright, so today I'm brewing up my SJPorr Challenge version 2. Got the strike water heated all up. Got the grains in the mash tun, so let me go ahead and give you a peek of that. Alright, so there we go. Strike water's up to 7.5. It's all cycling away in here, ready to go. For the HLT, the water coming out of the bottom. Got the water coming out of the bottom to the bottom of the pump, up to the top, continuously recycling, maintaining that temperature of 75 degrees, just for a strike, and then I'll empty some of it out in here to the mash tun. Now you see I've already got my grains in here. all set, ready to go, and making the coconut porter again today. So let's go ahead and take a look at the grain bill. Alright, this is the same porter recipe I've made time and time again for the chocolate vanilla porter, and basically we're just making 6 gallons of it today. And here's the grain bill: 60% pale malt, 12% Caramunic malt, 6% Maloidian malt, 6% flaked oats, 3% chocolate malt, 3% of wheat malt, and 1% of black malt. For hops, first pour hop will be Challenger. I'll follow that up later with some Willamette. And then also adding in some brown sugar into this one, about ½ kilo, and also a pound of toasted coconut will go in for the whirlpool. Maintain that whirlpool for about 20 or 30 minutes. Alright, should be seeing water coming up over here pretty soon. Take a look. As soon as we start to see it coming up over here. There we go. It's coming up. It's filling right up. Feeling real good. Got to keep an eye out over here. Currently at 11.5 gallons. Bringing it down to, we're bringing in 5 gallons, 5.2 gallons. Here we go. Starting to seep over the corners. It's really nice when you underlet it from the bottom. There's no dough balls ever. I will give it a gentle stir after I've got my mash volume, and then just let it go. Alright, so there we go. That's the initial color coming into the boil kettle. Not looking too bad, like a brown, robust porter. Nice. Very clean. That's looking really nice. Nice color there. Very happy with that. Alright, so just reached that point where all of my sparge water has been taken out of the HLT, put on top of the rest of the grain bread, and continuing to mash out. So if we look at this now, see the top of the grain bed, it's nice clear water. All the grains are soaked off really good. See lots of white there, and that's exactly what you want. Show you that had good extraction. Continuing to fill up the boil kettle. See here the volume is showing that I've still got about just over 6 gallons, but of course a lot of that is grain as well. So if we come over here to the boil kettle, currently I'm about 4 1/4, and I need to come up to about 7 3/4 gallons. So I need to get at least 3.5 gallons of wort out of what's shown in the HLT as about 6 gallons now. That should be doable. Should meet my pre-boil volume. And coming into here, the kettle still looking really good. Getting there. Alright, so now it's time to take the coconut, and for this I've used some fine grated organic coconut. Spread it out all across a cookie sheet, and yeah, getting ready to put it in the oven. Put it in the oven on 90 degrees Celsius for about 15 minutes and then spoon it around during the process. We'll come back and visit it in about 5 minutes. Okay, so I've toasted this up, and it's just sort of yellow now. So what I'll do is I'll just end up scooping it here into my sanitized holder and bag, and I'll finish doing this, and then we'll set it into the kettle at the end of the boil. Okay, so we're at the end of the boil. I stopped the element, so I'm going to go ahead and just steep in the coconut now. Sort of swirl it around a bit, let it sit in there. It's a sanitized bag, of course. The wort's still just under boiling, so anything that touches it should be killed anyways. So right, I'll just let that go and I'll let it steep there for about 30 minutes. Alright, so here we go. Didn't see much more after putting the coconut into the boil kettle, but yeah, all I've done so far is, since then, obviously racked it off into the fermenter, chilled it down through the counterflow chiller, got it into the fermenter, aerated it with pure oxygen, put in 2 vials of WLP 002, which is one I really like for this beer. So there it is. It'll stay here for the next 10 days or so, and then put it into a secondary. So there you go. I brewed it up again. Everything smelled great. It was kind of interesting where the coconut aroma was less on the porter than it was on the IPA while I was steeping it in the whirlpool. It has to do with the dark grains, of course, that are influencing that. So the coconut was more subdued, but I'm pretty confident that the coconut is in the base and it's going to be there, so that when I put the coconut in the keg for a week, when it's conditioning, then I'm sure it'll be ready, send off to the rest of the 14 participants in the EU region, and they'll be able to experience it in its best form. So really looking forward to sharing that. Hey, I also want to give a big shout out to everybody who sent in pictures for the competition draw. I really truly appreciate it. I look forward to getting that frame and setting it up right over there on the wall. But I want to give you guys a second chance because it's a cool t-shirt and it's a cool glass. Now, the second chance is basically to celebrate 1,000 subscribers. So thanks a lot for every single one of you. I truly appreciate it. I hope that you get as much out of this as I do. So I'm reopening the competition. So in 2 more weeks, I'm going to do a second draw, so you get a second chance at winning a Brewtubers t-shirt and a Brewtubers mug. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check out Homebrew Wednesday, 2 Homebrew Wednesdays ago, and I'll show you the shirt and I'll show you the glass. And then if you want it, all you got to do is send me a picture of you enjoying a homebrew, whatever. Doesn't matter what it is you're doing, just send me a picture of you enjoying life, and I will put that up into my frame for all of the subscribers, all of the friendly Brewtubers. Put that up on my wall, and then it will add you to the second round of the competition to win. Okay? So that's it. If you haven't sent me a photo, send me a photo. If you've already sent me a photo for the first round, you're automatically rolled into this one. So giving you a second chance. How about that? So that's it, guys. I hope you're having a hell of a happy Homebrew Wednesday, having a hell of a week, and have a better weekend. Cheers.